Hi everybody, this is Kathy Dashow, North Reading Digital Learning Specialist, and today we're going to talk and give a quick overview of some of the remote learning tools we've been using in the district during the pandemic. If you notice right here at the top, I have a shortened link called a bit.ly, which if you type this into your browser's address bar, you will be able to get to this presentation to view anything at your own leisure or to slow it down as you wish to. So the tools we're going to be talking about all tie into the topic of video conferencing. And video conferencing is your students talking to their teacher talking to them. And the tool that the district recommends is Google Meet. It's a popular way to connect face-to-face with both students and teachers. And we've been using that for something that's known as synchronous teaching, where we're directly live with the students and the teacher is presenting us a lesson. Okay, so the next tool we tend to use a lot with the students, which is very useful, and also with co-teachers, is Google Classroom. Google Classroom is being used by, I would pretty much at this point, pretty much every grade in the district to not only push out screencastings and tutorials, but to give assignments, to receive assignments. Students can use Google Classroom to turn in work, organize remote learning plans, and also teachers can use it to give feedback. So Google Classroom has become a very important part of communicating and assigning work to students. I'm going to be having another tutorial on a student's view of Google Classroom, so search for that one also. One of the other vital tools that we use besides Classroom to communicate with students are the actual creation of the videos themselves, and that's screencasting. The three main tools that teachers have been using is a tool called Screencastify. We've talked about Google Meet. Google Meet is the primary tool that teachers use live with students to present a lesson. And we also use Screencast-O-Matic to record videos for students to view. Teachers have been getting a lot of positive response from students using these tools. We record lessons, we present lessons, and it's become Google Meet is the recommended tool as opposed to Zoom. The next tool we tend to use a lot is Google Slides. Google Slides is being used to present lessons. It can be used as a whiteboard for math teachers to write equations on, and it's just a very helpful tool to organize remote learning, present material, embed videos, lots of things we've been using Google Slides for. Some of the rules of the road having to do with getting on the same page with your student about appropriate behavior for video chatting. First thing you need to do is to determine what you need, and as recommended by the district, we're recommending Google Meet. You want to make sure your student has adjusted the sound and the camera so that he or she is ready when class begins. Do a mic check so you know that it works. Test the camera and mic on your system. Plug in and close all other tabs. Set expectations for how your student should conduct themselves on camera. Okay, they probably want to mute themselves unless they have a question. If your kids are younger, you probably want to watch and see what they're up to. Older kids, they're pretty much comfortable with technology, pretty much can be left on their own. In terms of a background, you want to make sure that the background where your student is presenting themselves in class is not too intimate. Sometimes a bedroom may not be the best place. Don't normally bring your device into the bathroom. A bathroom video went viral a while ago. We don't want that to happen in our district. Be respectful of others. Be respectful of the tools. Don't interrupt others. Reduce distractions such as toys and pets. And make sure that it's safe for your child to use. In terms of virtual meeting etiquette, appropriate classroom behavior is always appreciated and expected. Dress appropriately. When your video is on, make sure we can see your face. Keep your microphone on mute until you want or need to speak. Use the chat box to ask the teacher if you'd like to share something. Remember that it is a public record and that a record of the chat that is kept in archive, so use appropriate language. Be sure to look into the camera when you are talking, and also try to be a good listener when others are speaking. Okay? Be aware that you do log off when the meeting has ended, and be aware that until you do, your camera and microphone may still be on. And the red phone at the bottom of a Google Meet is the way to leave the meeting. Tools like Google Classroom and Google Meet, again, are being reported as great ways to communicate with students and families. This is what the district is recommending. This is what we are using. So make sure your student is familiar and comfortable with both. We are also using another tool in the Google Suite known as Google Forms. Your student might be using these and turning these in when he or she takes a quiz. Forms, like most of the G Suite apps, forms can be sent to a mobile device or pushed out through Google Classroom. That's pretty much it for some of the tools of remote learning. Again, if you have any issues, you can always open up a tech ticket at bit.ly/NRPS tech ticket, and the bit.ly at the beginning of this presentation is available if you want to view it again. Thanks and have a great day.